Kick into the war.
Yeah, that's right. As
do
Woody and me are going into the first attack. Woody, take it away as we have Dragon and Dragon Rider swarming that base.
Gladly, sir. We've got Jibuya coming in for No Limit first, and he's going to be striking the center of that base. A little bit of lightning action here. Brought a clone as well to support that battle blimp wherever he chooses to tune that in. But it's going to be the Dragons first this time with lots of balloons out in front to try to soak an air mine or two. He's going to catch that enemy air defense as well as a Tesla trap farm at the bottom there, raging up the enemy scatter and a multi-inferno. That's a lot of damage. Block it all with the Eternal Tome as the battle blimp floats on in and is trying to make its way all the way to the town hall, soaking some shots from the monolith there. As soon as it drops, look for an invis and a clone.
Oh!
Whoa, my goodness, that's a lot of red bombs into.
Only 2 super minions are surviving, it seems like, and that town hall has to go down. The clan councils can talk to it next, or how many super minions there are. This town hall has to go down. We have seen this in the match just before. But a couple of the super minions have survived and have taken down the town hall, which was clutch in this position. Otherwise, this could have turned really bad.
This was just the most damage I've seen in the first minute, the most spells dropped. If you blinked for a second, you would be confused about what's happening now, and I'm still a little bit shaken by what we've seen so far, Itsu. But we are now going to see the rest of the heroes deployed on the bottom side of the base still just have that weird kind of awkward multi-target inferno toward the interior that could be a little bit difficult to reach, hoping that the RC can kind of pivot a little bit toward the left and help go get that at that awkward angle. But the Teslas, I don't think are going to allow that. Distraction from the skeletons there are going to shake things up a little bit more. Oh, does activate the ability there to make sure that she goes in a little bit deeper and will get the multi-inferno. Still over a minute left, so time's not a problem here, but the left side with that Warden and Dragon are just kind of withering away, and the heroes out the right are taking quite a beating as well. Holding on to that Queen ability, but that is the last offensive boon to drop here, Itsu, and it looks like we are going to get a high percentage 2-star.
Yeah, so with that Queen ability, maybe he can even push through. It's only the Expo. The Expo should go down really soon. With the Phoenix now joining and a couple of Barbarians, he might be able to push through. It really depends on the back-end traps. If there are like a lot of skeleton traps and giant bombs, this could be problematic. But right now, it could for sure be enough because this Queen can reach out of those defenses with the open corners and with being able to get into the next compartment. Queen ability still not used. This is still, I mean, possible for 3-star.
Like he's got it,
say 3-star.
Yeah, I hate calling it too soon, but I want to give him credit. Jibuya has held that ability for the very end, and even though he's losing those support archers, that little Queen in red hit points is going to be the one and only thing he needs to get all 3 stars for No Limit. Jibuya upsetting my prediction and coming in hot. There is no limit to the skill, is there?
Yeah, really nicely done, starting off with a 3-star, and that's exactly what they have to do. Eric has talked about the incredible high hit rate of BADZINGER, and if you want to have a chance against this, you need to 3-star on your own and hope for mistakes happening. Kadiel is up next for BADZINGER. He was really known for his Queen Charge Hybrid, transitions and over to the Queen Charge Twin Hawks in Legends. Let's see if that's yeah, it's actually the strategy he's going to pull off in this attack, as he is deciding to go in with the Super Hawks and regular Hawk Riders with the Queen Charge combined.
Storming in now with the Queen to start things off. She's got plenty of healers to help keep her topped. And here they come in as well. Top corner is going to get some Rage Tower support to try to shut down this early stab. The Battle Blimp did get quite a bit of value in that top corner, but didn't even really have to commit very many spells to get the value in there. Was that a really important target for him to hit early on, pulling out the CC and getting those structures down? What do you think is the plan for the follow-up here, Itsu?
I think right now it's just to get that Queen into that multi-inferno tower and then keep going for the town hall. But with the wall break happening as it actually did, you might run the risk of the Queen running in the wrong direction, but no, she can actually reach all of those defenses, and there is yet another open corner, making sure this Queen can eventually go for this town hall, and then you would see the Hawk Riders from the top left side. That would be my guess. With the Queen though under a lot of firepower, and there goes the next wall break, giving the Queen the access into that town hall section and giving her access to the monolith.
She is taking a beating from that monolith, but still holds on to her ability with a rage up. That healer clump can get her a little bit higher. Barely Finally keeps her alive, though, with the freeze timing just perfect there. She wanders out of the range of that Expo up on the top compartment and will be able to pop down the Town Hall for the first star. The second one will be claimed soon after, as the Hogs are now starting to storm on in the left lane. He's holding on to a few of them for some pivoting later on in this raid, but it looks like most of the supers are going to be paired up with that Royal Champion on the left side, taking down the Eagle Artillery, and he's only got one spell left. It's that Skeleton spell. I thought he was going to try to use that on the Monolith, but he has held on to it late anyways. Think he might use that to help take down the enemy Queen?
Yeah, taking down the Queen, that is good news, but it's bad news that this Raged Up Scatter is having all what it takes to defend this attack, with the healers getting taken care of with the Red Binds and Black Mites. But this backend, a Raged Up Scatter, Tessa form, everything looks like the first defense for No Limit, and this is exactly what they're hoping for. We have said it in this last match, anything can happen. ETX BADZINGER with one of the highest hit rates so far in this tournament, but they're falling behind early on with an only above 80% 2-star attack compared to the 3-star attack from No Limit.
Wow, good deal for BADZINGER. Disappoints out in the first strike, and No Limit are setting the stage now for this story, as we are starting to see, once again, our favorite team taking a loss early on and unable to keep that damage high. Momentum has just punished him so incredibly hard, and even with a strong attack style with these dual Hogs, he is not getting the penetration into that base that he was looking for.
That's right, with the next attacker now getting ready for the No Limit side. They have already done one attack, they were already successful once. The question is, can they get another 3-star early on into this match to really put up the pressure high on ETX BADZINGER? I feel like, I mean, normally the favorites maybe feel quite safe, I would say, but with all of the favorites at the moment, or a lot of the favorites losing at the moment, I don't know if BADZINGER feels that safe at this point, especially with falling behind early on. So let's see what No Limit can do with their attack, as they're starting off a Queen Charge Electro Dragon attack with the recall spell to set things up and set up the pathing for this troop combination. But always remember, recall spells means that attacks are always heavy on the time, so time is for sure something we have to take in consideration with watching this attack.
Well, he's got an easy snipe on one air defense on the left side. The top side is going to get flame flung down to the depths. Fire's going to burn that up, and as the Queen grabs that Town Hall now with 3 builders trying to take it down, she'll take a few more shots, and with the recall up, here we go for round number 3 against another air defense. There's an easy snipe over in the right side corner if he chooses to get that one. Electro Dragons are starting in this bottom left side as the 7 o'clock push is going to get the Grand Warden to support, and yep, looks like that Queen's going to be walking along the bottom right edge of the map. Enemy Queen on defense now gets some scattershot support as well, and the pop from the Eternal Tome is going to protect them all as they start to storm on in. But a Rage Tower is going to be a lot of damage to deal with there, Itsu.
That's right, the Rage Tower did a lot of damage as he's keep pushing through, keep freezing that Rage Tower, and the defenses he raged up. King and Queen joining our forces now, trying to push around this right side as the Monolith starts shooting at those heroes. Another freeze has been invested to take down, or more like try to take down somehow this Ground Expo, and it should go down with the lightnings, and yes, indeed, it's going down. And, I mean, there's not many defenses left on this one, Woody.
Well, right you are, but what is left is a little bit scary. A multi in the core, difficult to reach for a Queen. Scattershot as well is going to have lots of buildings surrounding it to provide some cushioning. The cleanup is strong, but just kind of awkwardly positioned around this base. 50 seconds left, and there could be quite a bit of running for them to do. Slow troops up in the skies as the scattershot continues to fire away, trying to take down this RC. Oh. If the RC wins, that is just... Oh no, RC loses. Still, but this is going to be enough for the 3-star.
Yeah, that was clutch. The Queen could have not reached that multi-inferno tower, so that going down was the really important thing, because otherwise time could have been the issue. But now with 20 seconds left, this is going to be another 3-star, and No Limit is just showing off their back-to-back 3-stars. And I mean, in this position, with the entire tournament on the line for ETX BADZINGER, and them being one of the favorites of getting a golden ticket, they will, I think, get quite nervous right now on voice chat, especially now with having those two defenses in and getting twice a 3-star, while on offense on their own, only getting an 80-something 2-star attack. They have to 3-star now, otherwise, No Limit might just run away with this match.
Javi says, tie? No. Die! Strikes hard and fast for another triple. And the question that is on their minds right now is, I mean, on everyone's minds, is can they keep this pressure up? Are they going to let those jitters get to them? Are they going to get too excited in that little team chat that they've got going on and just kind of lose their cool? Or can they keep it together against BADZINGER? I mean, that name just inspires fear in every opponent. We've only seen one attack from them so far. It might have been a loss, but they've got 4 more left to go. And every single one of these strikers can have the potential for a 3-star. So I wouldn't cap anything BADZINGER could do below a 14-star possibility. It's just up to Qureshi to keep his team on task. We're going to get a Warden walk out the left lane for an early snipe at that air defense. And it looks like another one going up top is going to be annihilated by a flame flinger as well. Couple more healers are held at bay, so we might see a recall over here and a reposition as well.
And I just love the fact that we're seeing more and more recall spells used in those pro matches. It's such a cool spell. The only problem is like time. I would love to see that, like with using the recall spell, like there's getting 5 seconds added or something on your time overall. That would have been so cool. But for now, we just have to make sure that this queen is not going down. Ooh, there goes the freeze, and she's somehow kept alive. As this one ground expo is really forcing her ability, and the recall spell is going to be used any second now. And then the smash is going to be pushed into that multi-inferno tower, I guess.
I think this is a really high-tech play from Qureshi to be dropping 2 different heroes at different angles. Oftentimes, you'll see a Queen walk, you'll see Queen charge, you'll even see a Warden walk every now and then. But to see both a Warden walk and a Queen assault a different angle to be redeployed with the recall, Qureshi is at the next level here if he pulls off this triple. Jumping into the base now with that spell right there at the core. He's going to catch some rocket loons coming out awfully fast. He needs to shut them down really quickly. Big damage coming on in, but it looks like the Queen will barely survive. Has already used her ability though, so he needs that support right here and now. Pops the Eternal Tome to keep her safe as the healers are a little bit indecisive as to who they want to take top off next.
Town Hall goes down though, and I would love to know why he has chosen the Titans, because he's one of the best super bonus attackers there is. And I feel like whenever you go into the Town Hall Poison, Titans are just not doing the job. They're just going down so quick, with the super bonus doing way better. But right now the Royal Champion has went down as well. The troops in the core have went down as well. And there is no troops left at this stage. There is no troops left. He's trying to pick up percentage, but this Woody might be one of the best defenses when it comes down to 2 stars of the day. Below the 70% 2-star mark for No Limit, while on their side they have gotten 2 3-stars. This is looking incredible right now, and I think right now the players of BADZINGER on voice are getting more and more nervous because this is not looking good for them.
BADZINGER's battered fingers cannot get the drops in this war that they need. And they are dropping down precipitously with 2-star 69%. That is not at all delivering what their fans had hoped for, what the spectators had hoped for. The whole script today is just tossed out the window as such stellar teams as Millicene, MG, now BADZINGER have just been left in a lurch and unable to compete against the new talent that is rising in the Clash of Clans esports community. Next up is going to be Moro for No Limit, who's brought a La Lune strike and is going to be charging in deep with a lightning and earthquake combo to take down one multi-target Inferno. There's a single target Inferno, interestingly set up just adjacent to that Town Hall to try to defend against heroes, but he's going to roll a log launcher in there to try to get some more work done as these heroes are diving out the right corner next, Itsu.
Yeah, the king is getting pushed towards the left side where the log launcher then is going to go with that queen towards that multi-inferno tower. That would be my guess. The single inferno tower in the middle of the base should not be that big of a difference maker. There's now some loons trying to take some buildings out as we have the king tanking. The lock launchers going in, directed for this expo and for this multi-inferno tower, as the heroes are keep trying to go for next buildings and more buildings and making their way towards the scatter compartment on the far left side.
It's a long way to get to the end there, and the log launcher popping out now has got, looks like, rocket loons, a loon of itself, and a couple of Yetis. The Yetis are going to be able to finish off that air defense up the top side and leave these 24 loons still left in tow, ready to deploy and get going. Royal Champ up the top side has popped her ability and did not finish off the scatter shot. Bad news there for Moro. Those two balloons are stacked a little bit too closely, and both will go down. Yetis are trying to get their way in there. They are soaking shots for that balloon up top, and it looks like it will be able to connect. No air defenses to stop it now, and that will finish off the scatter up top, setting up for Moro's follow-up now on the left side. Only a few of those balloons are getting support from the Grand Warden, so he really needs to rely on these spells to keep them safe. Freeze and Rage in Itsu.
Yeah, but the queen did not get this bottom scatter either, so it's going to survive on the back end. Red mines are popping as he's using the vulnerability. Perfectly timed right there. But with the builder huts being around this core, this is still looking a bit tricky. The lava out on the back end is there to distract that scatter shot. The Rage Tower reloading. The defending queen, though, is keep shooting and trying her best to somehow get those loons out of the way. Another lava hound, though, is waiting. And this defensive queen, she's just staying alive for way too long. There are the headhunters coming in. Are they too late? Are they in time? The scatter is still alive, Woody.
This is just really tough for Moro to have to deal with. He had an amazing plan, and it looked beautiful on the setup. There's not very much at all in the core, but when you leave those builder huts up, they just get a chance to repair. And, you know, coming close is not going to be enough in the end. Moro finally meets his match with this base setup by Kadil for Badzinger. This could be a potential turnaround, but it is hard to call it that this early, especially with 2 triples so far from No Limit. And perfect performance up to this point. Moro might be falling a little bit short of expectations set by his teammates, but a 2-star 90% is nothing to be ashamed of, and No Limit will retain their strong advantage through the mid-war now. Finally looking for a chance for Badzinger to put a triple up of their own.
Yeah, and I think the main reason why this failed is because, if I saw this correctly, he lost his queen in her ability. He did not use the queen ability early enough because he concentrated on the Lalo going into the town hall. And if that was what happened, then imagine the queen ability would have taken down the scatter, would have taken down the defensive queen. So that could have been all the difference maker. But instead now we have BADZINGER coming in next. ND is going to be their attacker of choice, and he's going in with a Lalo as well, but this is going to look like a skelly donut, which means we're going to have to take a look at this clan castle. There we go. Rage, Invis, skeletons, everything's placed.
It's a beautiful strike early on. He's got a lock on that monolith as well, popping it down. He did unfortunately have to invis the enemy multi. That would have been a very nice target, but he grabs the CC, gets the multi on the inside, and yeah, that's a nice start. ND spends a lot on that punch into the core, but it looks like he got what he was looking for, and is now set up for a single Law Loon push with a Golem and 8 Super Barbarians. In fact, a little bit of a techie choice here, with lots of cleanup along the edges. As long as he can just take down the defensive structures that he's really aiming at, he'll be well positioned to finish off. But there's a lot of small, compact compartments on the inside of the space. Might be a little bit difficult for the pathing on these heroes.
Yeah, and the queen was sadly placed a little more like the golem was placed too late, as the queen is taking the charge, and now the golem is not tanking. The queen ability should be forced any second now. The king has triggered the Rage Tower on the far right, which is good for him. And the queen is now hiding behind that golem. The tornado trap, though, which was most likely placed versus a super archibald maybe, but having that out of the way is massive for him, because this means he does not need to worry about that anymore when it comes down to this Lalo entering from the far left side. This Blim is going to guarantee to get that town hall, because the tornado trap is already gone. The queen and the Royal Champ doing an amazing job taking down the multi-inferno tower, and the town hall should go down within seconds.
strong support in the skies, and ground-based Expos are going to be annihilated by this balloon parade. Royal Champion looking to continue her push along the center, even though she's distracted now by Skellies and ground-based Expos to finish her off. Still, we see quite an impressive blotting out of the sky as these balloons are just making it difficult to look up at all and feel any happiness at all as a defender. Even a Dragon Rider in there is just going to be walloping everything. And I mean, the cleanup is going to be no question at all. ND proves why he is one of the most skilled attackers in the game. And I mean, not a whole lot to say. Just a picture is worth 1,000 words. All you got to do is glance at the screen right now and you'll see exactly how strong this attack was.
Yeah, really, really nicely done. Just perfectly done with all of those little stats. It's really, really strong with the tornado trap not being around the tunnel. That could have caused some problems, but in the end, it is the first ratio for BADZINGER and their first step back into the match. But now it's up to No Limit, kind of giving them the opportunity of getting back into the match, or, well, making sure that they're staying out of it, because No Limit are up next. And if they 3-star yet again, BADZINGER seems to be in the same position as they were before, being a couple of stars behind, and this is going to be an important one. If this is going to be a low percentage 2-star or a 2-star in general, this match could be wide open, as we have another Lalo happening with the lightning spells in and with the Flame Flinger versus those couple of cannons and pointy fences on the far right side.
Electro Fire, and wow, that is a dense pocket of defenses that he was able to zap on the interior of the base there. Grabbing looked like a multi-target Inferno and a Rage. Also took down the Warden Plinth. And that is going to be a nice strike for Joel here. 2 heroes up the top side will grab another air defense as the Flame Flinger has picked one off on the right side corner. No recall spells this time, so it's just going to be about getting them to charge deep into this top lane, and that is exactly what he's going to get from the funneling thanks to this Ice Golem and Wizard combo. Joel will set up for the triple Lava Hound balloon attack, probably in this bottom left side. Wants to be able to get that Town Hall not too shortly thereafter and keep it safe with that Eternal Tome from the Grand Warden. He's popped down another multi-target Inferno now and only has one left to deal with. CC pull is coming on out, and there is a poison spell ready to be deployed on them as they will likely take down this Phoenix. And oh man, poor Flameflinger over there found an enemy Barbarian King who's now going to get death from above.
But this opening just works out perfectly. First off, he's getting the scatter, he's getting the multi-inferno tower and the rage tower. That was his big value points he wanted to get. And in addition to that, it seems to be a Lava Hound which is inside their clan castle, because there were only 2 mini, headhunters and a couple of archers inside their clan castle, which means there is nothing regarding air inside their clan castle anymore. The Eagle is down from the super minions. This plan so far is looking incredible. It's now up to him if he can actually get this right in the end. The Drain Trap with the Red Mines is behind the Town Hall, but he still has quite a few loons to start him from the bottom side. But Woody, this is where the Rage Tower is, and that Rage Tower is protected by 3 Tesla, a Scatter, a multi-inferno tower, and a Sweeper. This is not going to be any easy whatsoever.
Not at all. He got some excellent value from the super minions at the right side corner. That's what impressed me the most. But Joel still does have a very tough nut to crack into the core of the space. Balloons take out the multi-inferno though, and that's going to be the most important thing. Toss the shield from the Royal Champion. The Teslas are down. It's just going to be some ground-based defenses at this point. One little lone builder's hut in the center. But a lot of these buildings have been just firing away and have had a lot of resistance against them. It's getting close just in terms of time for the cleanup now, as 25 seconds are left. We're going to be able to finish off the core, and they're going to start floating up toward the top. 19 seconds. Joel is really going to be cutting it close here. 17 now as we make our way up toward the spell factory over there. Wizard's going to finish it off. 10 seconds now as the last defense is going to be that Wizard Tower. He's going to be able to take it down, but does he have enough time? 5 seconds. He gets the shot off, and there it is. No Limit secure another triple. Itsu.
Are you kidding? That was just so close. The last elixir storage, the last resource bidding went down, and the sneaky goblin turned onto that wizard tower, going down last second. This is incredible. BADZINGER went 45 wins in a row during the first 2 stages and this 3rd stage to now facing elimination because they have lost the last 2 matches back-to-back, and they might lose 3 matches back-to-back after first going 45 and wins and 0 losses. This would be incredible. Frosty needs to 3-star this to make sure that they're staying somewhat close to the incredible performance No Limit is putting to the table right now.
Yeah, BADZINGER needs back-to-back triples and an amazing defense to try to get some sort of miracle percentage win in this war. Frosty right now is looking like the left eye of Goliath, just struck by a stone and like tumbling now down as the David by this No Limit has just come from nowhere to make a big dent in his forehead. He's got a flame flinger for this queen charge out the right corner, and we'll be deploying that shortly. Probably expect to see that on the bottom side, I guess, but I don't know, that air defenses are kind of lined up in a weird angle, and I guess, well, those aren't going to be the crucial targets he's looking for. This is a ground-based attack after all, but yeah, I mean, pushed the buildings out to the very edges of the map. It's going to be tough to get a good entry point for that flame flinger. I guess that's what the queen was here for, to establish that beachhead as she recalls now for the next setup.
Yeah, exactly. The flame flinger now can go for this town hall as the next target. There's a lot of red mines. They're getting triggered nicely by... Oh, that was actually a red mine farm directed to a queen charge to bait a queen charge and get rid of all of those healers right away. Really, really satisfying if those work, but if they don't work, it's kind of like somewhat wasted traps. But either way, the opening so far looks good for Frosty. I think the funnel has worked, the flame flinger works, everything is good for him. It's now all about how much power those troops have to push through the core and around that monolith. And as we all know, monolith is a really strong defense to take on any Titan out there.
And it's gone. The monolith has been deleted, and just bit by bit, those big defenses are starting to evaporate. Flameflinger has brought that town hall awfully low, and lots of damage over time from those spirits is just going to eventually take it out. Still, the forces in the middle are having a little bit of difficulty trying to get over these walls. Just big hurdles set up in their way, but there's not a whole lot of defenses that are firing at them right now. The only issue right now is going to be time, but I think he should be able to collapse along this top side, and with still quite a few troops left to deploy and 2 more hero abilities left to use, that scatter shot and enemy archer queen are not going to be enough to stop Frosty. BADZINGER are still going to be in it with a 3-star here. They have got their hopes still clinging to the possibility of a win.
I mean, this match again, I don't know, like we had today 1 match which was really one-sided. Every other match so far is so close. BADZINGER, the rank 1 seed from stage 1, facing elimination versus in... I mean, you have to say it how it is. No Limit having their match of their lifetime. I mean, this is just incredible. They have gotten so many 3-stars, and they now have everything in their own hands. If they 3-star this next attack, they're going to guaranteed win. They're going to have guaranteed at least prize pool of $5,000, and they're going to guaranteed kick ETX BADZINGER out of this competition. And it's going to be what is Getty Donut Super Barbarian attack to finish things up. I mean, this cannot get any crazier than this.
It is going to be a 2-star, 66% to win it for a loss there of No Limit. That's all he needs to put his team above and beyond what BADZINGER would be able to reach. And as time is ticking down now, he's taking every single second to ensure that he makes the perfect move as we get ready for the Skelly Donut to strike at the monolith early on, taking down the enemy CC as well. Secures those 2 targets, and we'll be happy to follow up now with the balloons up top side. Warden is going to protect them as well as we start to move in the setup for these Super Barbarians. The Battle Blimp gets the protection. Good timing on that Eternal Tome, just perfectly set up for Lost there as he moves for the 1st star against this Town Hall. It's going to pop, and there's no Tornado Trap to stop it. Itsu, this is looking really good.
This is looking like a really good opening exactly what he was hoping for. And especially take a look at that warden now. That warden, because it's in, like on air, it should be able to take down the ground expo, which is located around that area. I mean, that is crazy. Are you kidding me? There is no air defenses around that. I mean, what is going on? No limit. Everything is going in their favor. And we have now the queen going around, going for the eagle with the king going in front, tanking everything. The only problem now, though, is that multi-inferno tower. I think he has to place the royal champion, and that's exactly what he did. Let's see if he can turn this into a 3-star.
He's working awfully hard, but he doesn't even need the triple for the victory. The 66% 2-star is going to be enough, and No Limit is getting very, very close to it. I don't see any way for that to happen, even if he just dropped his device right now. Those troops are on the path to victory. No Limit Losler is on the winning side as they will defeat BADZINGER. Such a huge honor for them to be moving on now in the money into stage 4, having kicked out a stellar team. No Limit says the sky can't even keep them down. That's not a limit for them. And there is nothing left to say but congratulations. Missing the triple here in this final strike, but still just surpassing all of our expectations once again. Casters are completely dumbfounded as our predictions have fallen by the wayside, unable to keep up with the new talent rising, and showing once again that Clash of Clans esports is all about skill, preparation, and upsetting opponents who might think that they can go 45 wins in a row, but just 3 losses at the wrong time will mean that they will be eliminated. And Dima will get one more chance to show why he is so skilled on the main stage, but it does not matter, Itsu. BADZINGER have been knocked out.
It's just crazy to me. Just imagine how many teams we have lost today. We have lost TWOB, we have lost Milliseam MG, and now we have lost ETX BADZINGER for this year's World Championship. So many teams considered being favorites for those last 4 golden tickets, and all of them are dropping out of this competition, which is crazy. And Dima is in with his last attack. It's going to be a Blizzard Lado, it looks like, or like a Blizzard Super Hawk attack, it looks like. And there are no traps, and those Super Wizards should get a ton of value.
Well, this is going to be a stellar day for those golden ticket teams that have already qualified and might have been preparing for matches against BADZINGER and Milliseam MG, among others. All that prep is going to be going out the window because they're going to instead have some different foes to keep on their radar in the coming weeks as we narrow this field from 16 all the way down to 4 golden tickets which remain. Dima strikes at the heart of this base and grabs the first star with a quarter of the base destroyed as he sets up for these heroes on the outer edge, pulling those ice golems out where they can cause no more problems as there's not even any defenses firing away at the queen.
Yeah, and that queen is taking her time, taking this ice golem out, and then is going to charge into that multi-inferno tower. At least that's what Dima tries her to do, and so far the funneling looks excellent. And now we have those Super Hawk Riders unleashed versus those defenses. We have the Rage Tower, but it's not surrounded by any multi-inferno towers or scatters. I feel like splash damage is just working so well with the Rage Towers. Point defenses like Expos are great as well, but the scatter shot could really be a big difference maker as we have one left on the back end trying to shoot everything, but there goes the freeze, and he has 2 more freezes to use, and this attack just looks really overpowering.
Freeze dropped on the scatter in the bottom, and those hogs cannot be denied. They are storming in super hot, and even though there's some skelly traps trying to shut them down, those bony brothers are not going to be able to stop this force. Dima, one of the strongest attackers in the game, has yet again dropped in the triple and shown exactly why No Limit had to work so hard to get to the top and ensure that those early hits would be enough to keep BADZINGER down. With this 3-star, Dima's going to bring BADZINGER's overall destruction up to 91% on the 13 stars, but even though they are tied on stars, No Limit will take it with a 4.8% lead over BADZINGER and will advance onto stage 4 with Dima's